Your task is to identify what businesses are going to be developed and what your niche is in this new economy. Because businesses can go anywhere. So the hard part is coming up with what your region can do to attract business and grow with that economy. And rather than Albany sit there and dictate what is going to be done in the Mohawk Valley, we said to the Mohawk Valley, you figure it out. Because look, it's one state, but these are all different regions. New York City is a totally different economic region than Western New York, than the North Country, than the Mohawk Valley. They're all different. So yes, we're one state economy, but it's a combination of 10 very different economies. And you needed an individual strategy for each one. And that's what we did, with some big economic generators that could really start to turn the economy around, like the drone industry. We're in Syracuse. We finished the 50-mile drone testing corridor. Sounds like a science fiction movie. Drones, they estimate to be a $43 billion global industry. There's all sorts of applications for drones. And where will that industry go? Well, to whatever region is attracting them and conducive to them. What do they need? They need a testing corridor. So we built the best drone testing corridor in the United States. It goes from Syracuse Hancock Airport to Griffiths Airport. And now we have an incubator that's bringing in all these new tech businesses. Danfoss, a big economic generator. And then the home run is Cree. Cree, 600 jobs making wafers. Not the type you would eat, no cannoli cream, nothing, but 600 jobs, the industry of tomorrow. So we have these big anchors in place. Okay, what's stage 2 of economic development? Stage 2 is, now that you have these big economic generators on a regional basis, stage 2 was downtown revitalization initiatives. Howard Zemsky, our economic guru, genius, mastermind, this was his plan, and he was right. Why? Because downtown areas have done a 180-degree turn. In one stage of development, people wanted to leave the downtown area and move out to the suburbs, right? My generation, my parents' generation, what was the dream? I grew up in a city. I grew up in multifamily housing. I grew up in an attached house. I want to move out to the suburbs. I want to get a little unattached home. I want a backyard. I want a barbecue grill. I want to be able to cut the grass on Saturday and sit in the backyard with the kids. That was the dream, to have my own home. The millennials have a total different orientation. They're not going to get in a car and commute out to the suburbs and burn gas, and they don't want to cut the grass, and they don't want to have a single-family home. They don't want sprawl. They want to be in a downtown area. They want that density. They want to be able to walk to work. They want to be able to walk to the cafe. They want to be able to walk to arts. They want to be able to socialize. That's what they want. They're moving back to downtown areas. It's a total different development pattern. And they like the history, and they like the architecture. So that's who we're now building for. That's who we're catering to. So the idea was, and we have some of the best downtown areas in the country, right? We have these great downtown areas, which you have in Utica, which in many ways we abandoned for decades. Now there's an opportunity to redevelop them. Cree is going to be attracting 600 employees, many of them young, many coming from SUNY Polytech, right? where do they want to live? They're going to want to live in downtown Utica. That's what they're going to want, especially when they're young and they're starting out. And Utica has done a lot of great work. But the Downtown Revitalization Initiative said, the way we did regional economic development competitions, let's do a competition for the best downtown revitalization plan, okay? That was the concept, and it's the right concept, the next stage of economic development. So Howard Zemsky's idea came, we did it in the State of the State, $100 million, which is a lot of money, and 10 winners from a competition that we will hold for the best downtown plan. That was the Zemsky idea. 100 million, we would have 10 winners. I said to Mr. Zemsky at the time, we will have 10 winners. How many applicants will there be for the 10 slots? If you have 10 winners, not that I'm pessimistic, but I wanted to know how many people don't win. He said, we'll have 14 applications for the 10 positions. I said, so 14 applicants? He said, yes, I'm an economic guru, I'm a genius, I'm a mastermind. I know for a fact that we will have 14 applicants. I said, but I'm just curious how you know it's going to be 14. He said, well, I've done a thorough survey, and it's what I do, and it's what I know, and we'll have 14 applicants. I said, so we have 14 applicants, we'll pick the best 10, and then we have 4 who don't win. He said, yes, there'll be 4 runners-up, and we'll say to those 4, you know what, you can, this was a good exercise, we're going to do it again next year, and you can learn and you can apply next year. He said, and we can give them a smaller grant, not the 10, we can give them a smaller grant, so it'll be okay. And we believe in the idea of competition because it does, when you have a competition, it does develop a better plan. It makes people more creative, it makes people work better. I said, okay, I'll listen to you because I believe in delegating. That's the kind of manager I am, and he's Howard Zemsky, very successful businessman from Buffalo, done very well in the private sector, drives a Cadillac. I said, I understand. I will defer to you. We'll do the Zemsky plan, 100 million, 14 applicants. So we execute the Zemsky plan. It goes a little different than anticipated. We didn't have 14 applicants. We had close to 100 applicants, okay? Mr. Zemsky says, well, that's a rounding error. I don't consider that. I think that's more like a multiple, but I said, what happened to your survey? You did a survey. You're the economic genius guru, Cadillac. He said, yeah, there was a miscalculation by one of my staff. So now we have 100 about applications for 10 spots. That means 10 people, 10 downtowns are going to win the 10 million, and then you have about 90 who are the quote-unquote runners-up. So you have about a 10% chance of winning. Now, let's talk about expectations a little bit. Everybody wants to win, right? That's our nature, that's our culture. I want to come in first, I have to come in first. If I don't come in first, then I lose. But you also have to be realistic about the odds. If there's only 10% are going to win, the odds of winning are very low, right? And everybody wants to win the $10 million, but being a runner-up and winning 5 million or 6 million or 7 million, that's good too, right? $5 million is a lot of money. You know, people want to say, well, it's in comparison to the 10. I was hoping to win 10. I know you're hoping to win 10, but winning 5 is great, right? Thousands of people running the New York City Marathon. Everybody wants to win. Yeah, I know. but not everybody's going to win. And coming in the marathon, 2nd, 5th, 100th is great, right? Do you understand what I'm trying to communicate in terms of expectations? So, the Utica plan was really very, very smart because it puts all the pieces together. It takes Genesee Street, it takes everything we're doing with the brewery district, it takes the bags district, it takes the sports district, what we're doing with the Ord, it brings it all together. And you feel that energy on Genesee Street is turning around, and you feel the future coming. And your downtown revitalization played off that. So your plan is very, very, very smart, and I applaud all of you for what you did, because it really is a great plan. But you understand the odds. But you understand the odds and the expectation at the same time, right? And you feel the reality of the situation. So with that, it's my pleasure to announce that you have won one of the first places, $10 million. Congratulations.
Well, that's hard to follow right there. Those, the theatrics, some of the stories. Is that a Jackson Pollock behind me on the wall? That's a good metaphor for how my mind works right there. So don't listen to any of the compliments. You know, I have all these talking points, but, I mean, let's be honest, you won $10 million. You hopefully discounted some of what the governor said leading up to that about me. And, but I want to say just a couple of things quickly. One, again, I want to thank the governor for, it's been such an incredible honor working with him now for 9 years in different positions and capacities. And what I can say is, I live upstate, like you live upstate. I lived upstate now for almost 40 years. I lived upstate for 30 very difficult years, and I've lived upstate for 10 very energizing years. And it takes a team to make it happen. And we have a great team of economic development people and legislators and economic development professionals and regional councils and mayors and county executives. But it takes a governor. The governor can make upstate a priority. Really, only the governor can make upstate the kind of priority that we have had the pleasure of experiencing and benefiting from. So again, I want to recognize the governor for doing such an amazing job. You know the plan, and I'm not going to get into all the detail of it, but I feel bad, and I just want to kind of wipe the slate clean a little bit, because last time I was in Utica, we were talking about CRE, and for those of you who were here, I don't know if any of you were at that address, I put some of the blame, you know. We had one deal that didn't work out, AMS, and I kind of blame Steve DeMeo for that. I don't know if you remember the story of him snoring. I won't get back into that. But I made that story up, actually. That was not a true story. And I want to apologize to Steve. But I want to tell you what the true story actually was. The true story, really what happened was, it was bleak, and we were in Austria, and I knew we had very little chance. I mean, we just had very little chance at that time. So I thought the only thing that could maybe win it is if I said something profound in Austrian. But I don't speak Austrian. I did take German in high school, and you know, I thought I could pull something from the depths of my Jackson Pollock mind. I could save the day and save the deal. So I won't repeat exactly what I said, but it sounded Austrian, and it was my best attempt to say something about the gentleman who we were meeting with, whose name is Bernard, and what a saint he was for allowing us to come out to Austria and pitch us for the last time. And it turns out what I actually did say was, I hear your wife looks like a Saint Bernard. And that really did tank the first deal. And I want to apologize to Utica, and I want to apologize to Steve, because I deflected my own culpability in that, and I blame Steve. But I just want to congratulate, again, all of you. This is, I guess, you know, in fairness, Buffalo's my favorite upstate city, but right after Buffalo, it's Utica. I love Utica. It's amazing. I can't say enough about Utica coffee, and I can't say enough about Taylor and the Cook, and I can't say enough about the people, all the people that I've had the opportunity to meet and work with in Utica. This town has great history and great spirit and a great future. And I started out saying economic development is a team sport, and we've had a great partner in your county executive throughout the many years that we've been involved in revitalization of Utica, and it's my pleasure to introduce County Executive Tony Pacini.
Good afternoon. Only now do I understand Howard after looking at that picture behind me. But Howard, thank you very much for your kind words and for being such a good friend to us here in Oneida County, the city of Utica and Rome, and very pleased to have you here today. And to all of you, thank you for being here. To our very special guest and friend, Governor Cuomo, thank you again, Governor. Your commitment to economic development has been steadfast from the beginning, especially when you look around upstate New York and what has been happening. But nowhere is it more evident than here in Oneida County. What is taking place, not just in Utica, but in Rome. I'm pleased to join with the Mayor Izzo today. In Rome, in Marcy, throughout this county, is unbelievable. And Governor, you are transforming an entire region. You're transforming this community. The investment that the state has made, as I said, through downtown, with our hospital, with our work at the Aud, with Cree, with Rome, with Griffiths, is transformational. It's historic. What is being done here in the Mohawk Valley is historic. Make no mistake about it. It is growth and investment by a state government that has never been seen before, and in partnership with great community leaders, my colleagues in the state legislature that we work with each and every day. So, Governor, this is a great announcement today. The $10 million goes another long way. It's another piece of the commitment to this great community. As you see around you, the people that are here today, as we're joined here in this jewel of the Mohawk Valley, of the Oneida County here at Bunsen William Proctor. This is what we're about. The DRI award is another piece of icing on the cake as we continue to rebuild an economy, rebuild our community, look at the new opportunities that are among us. And I can say this as we sit here and stand here today, that the best is yet to come, because there's more on its way. So, Governor, again, thank you. Thank you for your leadership. Thank you for your friendship and for what you've done for this region. Thank you for making economic development a priority in upstate New York. And thank you, all of you, for being here today. And it is a special day here in the city of Utica. It's a special day because Utica is the county seat. For me, it's so important that this city continues to grow the way it has been over the last several years. And it has been growing because of great partnerships. And that's why I'm pleased and proud to be able to introduce a great partner, someone I've worked with for the last 8 years, and we're going to be working together for the next 4, and I look forward to that. A great friend, a great partner in government, and congratulations to him for $10 million. He's $10 million richer today. The mayor of the great city of Utica, Rob Pomeroy.
So, Governor, I will not disappoint you about being excited. I want to first thank everyone for joining us today. My good friend, County Executive Tony Picente, who we have a remarkable relationship, and I think we have seen what has transpired in this great region. And my counterpart in Rome, that parochialism is no longer there. And we look at as one. And my partners within the state, I can't say enough about you. Our city has seen exceptional growth with Governor Cuomo since he's taken office. This growth has uplifted our community in the Mohawk Valley and made Utica more attractive for our residents, for the tourists and business alike. But Utica progress has only just begun with the governor's backing and support of the downtown revitalization. We are going to keep improving our community and our quality of life. Our growth has come from a number of sectors, and the governor's hit on them. Our finance, our hospitality, our culture, our experiences that are unique in Utica. On Genesee Street, we are seeing re-energized and workforce community that is poised for every aspect of development, not only from our new businesses that we're seeing and the improvement of our public spaces, but from the preservation of our historic buildings and spaces that tell a story about Utica. I cannot be happier that Utica has been selected as the winner this year on the DIR award. And I want to thank the individuals that are all part of it, because there are so many people in this room that had their hand into it. And one of the major things that we see in our great city is that we have come together as one. It's no longer parochial. It's no longer about my idea or your idea. It's about what this city has. And I am here to accept, on behalf of the mayor, from Governor Cuomo, a check. But before I accept that check and we come up here, let me say a little bit about the governor, because that is not here. That'll be coming from here. There has never been a time since I took office that I have not reached out to the governor's office and the governor, that he has not responded with help, with direction, with ideas and thoughts. And we all know we came from very difficult times in the city of Utica. If it was not for this governor, I would not be standing here today. If it was not for this governor, the city wouldn't be on the cusp of being the best little city in America. If it wasn't for this governor, the things that we talk about and the fact that we've come together with the county executive and the state elected officials and everybody in this room, he is a governor that cares not only about the Mohawk Valley region, but you see it all over. So to you, Governor, my heartfelt thanks for being who you are, letting us know that you understand upstate New York, what it means to us, and what the city of Utica has meant. We are the heartbeat of Oneida County. We are the heartbeat of New York State. And if anyone can ever turn to an area that was a rust belt and now is vibrant with so much anticipation and transformation, with all the things that have your fingerprint on, as the mayor of the city, I can't thank you enough for being who you are and what you have meant to this great city of Utica. Thank you so much, Governor. I'm supposed to say, let's take pictures now.
So you heard it there, Governor Andrew Cuomo in Utica making that announcement, a $10 million grant coming to Utica, one of only 10 applicants earning that grant, and what Governor Cuomo said was around 100 applicants, 10 winners from those 100 applicants. We'll have more details on this, what has happened, and how this will affect the city of Utica and the ripples and the aftermath that we'll have later on in our 6, 10, and 11 broadcast, 6 and 11 on WUTR, 10 on our sister station WFXV. We will see you then. I'm Thomas Fleming. Have a good afternoon. We'll see you now.